kitchenette part is fully constructed.
You ready? Ta-da! But there's like so many choices in here. Okay, IKEA, pop off.
I said, listen, you're the birthday girl, put it in.
Yeah.
I paid for this trip, gosh darn it.
As you should.
Yeah, so my sister Emily turned 30, and for my 30th, we went to New York, my parents, Emily and I. And so we just did New York with you in December, so we were like, let's do something fun, let's go to London. Guys, it is like a 5.5-hour flight from JFK to London. That's faster than going to the West Coast.
Good morning, or afternoon for you probably. How are y'all? Welcome back to the channel for another vlog. I am especially excited for today's vlog because I'm finally gonna show you the progress on the upstairs. In case you missed it, we're basically building out like a kitchenette so that upstairs can essentially be its own unit for when my parents are in town, so that they can like stay months at a time and feel like they have their own space and their own privacy. And my parents are partial owners of this house. It's a long story. There's a guest house that we have to rebuild, and so in the meantime we are doing this to buy us some time and figure out financial things and all of that sort of thing, because rebuilding a guest house turns out big project, very expensive. So this has been our temporary solution, and we did most of the construction while I was on break so that the noise wouldn't like hinder my filming. And thank goodness we did that, because it was a month of noise. We're not quite done. We still have to install stairs. There's going to be its own external entrance, but the kitchenette part is fully constructed, and now I get to decorate. So today I want to show you the kitchenette, and then I also need to make some returns. We did an IKEA kitchen because it was very affordable. Our whole kitchen was, well, for the cabinets and the sink and the whatever, was I think a little over $2,000, but we didn't use everything. So I actually have like hundreds of dollars of returns to do at IKEA. Hopefully they take it. And then also, while we're there, I figured maybe I can stock up on, we're basically needing to furnish a second kitchen. My goal is essentially to get everything we need for the second kitchen either from IKEA or thrifted. Since we already have to go there today, might as well make some returns. And then girl math feels like the things that I have to buy to furnish the kitchen feel free. Do you know these gym bites that I've had for a long time? I actually took them to Paris over a year ago. Recently I told you about the calm bites. Well, I tried something new from them, and it is actually my favorite out of anything I've ever tried from them. These energy bites. I am getting to work with Jim on today's video, but these energy bites, they use real foods, and they make these bites out of real foods. Like, you can actually see what's in them. I always crash in the afternoon. I need caffeine. Unfortunately, 2 p.m., I'm done. Anything that's not like green tea or matcha, I get so anxious. But these are like little chocolate fudge treats. The ingredients are cacao, dates, pumpkin seed, Himalayan salt, but then there's the caffeine in this from green tea. There's 40 milligrams, so it's like half a cup of coffee, which is perfect. There's ginseng root, there's kelp, there's L-theanine, which is cool because the green tea and the ginseng, that's where the caffeine comes from, but then the L-theanine is like a sustained focus, and then the kelp actually helps your metabolism. I love everything I've had from Jim, but the taste of this one, it is actually like a brownie. I don't know if any of y'all have like an HSA, FSA account, but if you do, you can actually use those for Jim, which is awesome. They gave me a link, I'll have it down below, dailygym.com/Michel. That's gonna get you a special deal off your first month if you wanna give them a try. I've ordered the sleep ones to try next because I've never tried the sleep ones. So I love having a little bite for different reasons, you know? Okay, let's go see the upstairs. I'm gonna bring y'all on just like my handheld for a minute, and I'm really praying my mic doesn't act up. I have a new mic that's arriving in the mail today because this mic has been on the fritz, and randomly it'll just be like one thing that we're going to do that we haven't yet. This light is not gonna stay there. I ordered a chandelier, back ordered, but it'll get here eventually, and we're gonna like basically pull the light back to where the light hangs, woo, right there. So it'll feel very grand. And then we have a door here now This was all framed in, drywalled, and so when my parents are here, that can remain closed to divide off the top and the bottom, and then when they're not here, we leave it open, and then it's all one house. But, you ready? Ta-da! It feels so much bigger in here than it did. Can't wait to decorate this. I think we're gonna do it in the next vlog. Now that like things are where they're gonna be, I have visions, okay? First, I'll just, I guess, show you the cabinets and the tiles. So our friend Tyson Motzenbacher, shout out to Tyson. He's also an incredible musician. His wife Haley is one of my besties out here. He's so handy. Literally, he made these shelves. He hung the tile. He did everything. Like, he's insanely talented. So I can't wait to style these shelves. But then these are all IKEA. We have this. We have these two drawers. I figure one can be like spoons and forks, and then one can be like cookware, essentially. We have this down here. Then we have this big old cabinet. It's pretty massive. Oh, some sawdust fell through. And then this big under the sink as well. First, I have a Tovala. We love Tovalas in this household, which will essentially live here and plug in, but we use this as our oven downstairs most of the time. We rarely ever use the big oven. Obviously, counter space is tight when everything is out, so like that's why you could put it away. And then you could have this as prep space, or if you want to cook something, this is basically like a 2-burner induction stovetop, and it's fully electric. It's pretty low profile, and it fits perfectly here so that you plug it in, and then this becomes basically a cooktop. So you can still have pots and pans, boil water, fry an egg. I cannot tell you how many hours I spent researching tile, because we are trying to do this on as much of a budget as possible. But also I do have bougie taste, unfortunately. A lot of the tile that I found that I liked averaged $47 a square foot, which that adds up so fast. And I was like, clearly we can't do that. But I searched and I searched and I searched. I found these tiles that you see back here from Lowe's, $7 a square foot. And literally look at this. The back of all of them, they have handwritten, made in Spain. It's different on the back of every single one. Look at that. $7 a square foot as compared to like most of them were literally $47 a square foot. So I was very proud of that. This whole thing was, we didn't use all of it, so I'm trying to figure out exactly how much. I think that this whole thing was $150 for all of the tile. And then, like I said, these shelves, Tyson made them himself. We got these brackets on Amazon for 30 bucks. And then these lights. So this light up here, I don't know if you can see, which honestly too, I am considering moving this light to above this mirror, because initially this light is exactly center between the door and this corner, but I feel like now there's this dead space here, which we left so that we could have room to walk around the couch, which actually is more space than we thought it was going to be. But I feel like if I move this to be centered over the mirror, it'll make this feel more purposeful. So considering that. But this I found on Lulu in Georgia, which I love Lulu in Georgia, but I reversed image searched it, and I ended up getting it off Crate and Barrel. The price I think was the same, but the shipping was faster. And then this light, I found something I liked on Pinterest, and then reverse image searched it, and then found this dupe for $100 and something, which was great as well. And then these, okay, cabinet pulls. We have to decide which cabinet pulls we want where. These are just Amazon. These were 6 for $30, but they're like leather wrapped, so that's pretty good. And then these were Etsy. Somebody handmade these on Etsy. I found yet again cabinet pulls I liked. They were $80 per pull. So I reverse image searched it, and then I found these for $6 a pull on Etsy. Ooh, buddy. Oh yeah, I got this from Best Buy. Ha-ha! Wait, there's more in the freezer. Oh, a frozen instruction manual. There's like an ice mold and then a spot to put the ice with a scoop underneath it, and you can like build like a reservoir of your own ice. That's awesome. We FaceTime mom and dad and gave them a ton of ideas for where to have a dining table. I'll talk you through the options that we had for them and then what their preference is. So our ideas were perhaps trying to fit in a tiny table here with maybe even like a bench seat along the edge of the cabinet in here, because this ended up being a lot more space than we thought. We pushed the couch more this way to give more space. The couch used to be back to like here, which is why we needed to be able to walk around. But we could pull that off. Another idea is doing a table that folds out from the wall here, so you can like basically put it away or fold it out and have stools that face each other. But then the third option is doing like almost like a counter behind the couch to where you could sit at it and face the TV and like eat and watch TV, and that's the most space efficient. And Mom and Dad want this. First I told them we could also do something just kind of square here to where they could face each other or one person could face, but I think that they like the idea of like almost a bar top situation behind the couch. So that is on our to-do list. And then another thing that it's arriving next week, and our install is in 2 weeks, I think, are the stairs, which the stairs will be here. We're gonna move all of this furniture more this way because it's actually a pretty big patio. And then there's gonna be stairs that go down here to basically here. And that's going to be their private entrance so that they don't have to come through the house and they feel like they can just kind of come and go. May, the dog, can just let herself out into the yard to potty, and this will essentially be like their front door. Some FAQs that I have gotten is one, when my parents aren't here, do we still have this space upstairs? The answer is yes. Basically, it's kind of like flex. So when my parents are not here, we're going to have the door open between the two. This is still going to be our guest room. This is still where we're going to watch TV. My office is still up here, but then when my parents are here for a long amount of time, we'll close that door and basically divide it into 2 units. And my dad can use my office because he still works and he works remotely a lot. The guest room will be their room. This will be their den. We now have a TV in our bedroom, so that's kind of like where we will hang out, watch TV, whatever, and then this will be their kitchen. So it's like very flexible. And then once we're ready for kids, that's when we're going to reassess. That's when we're going to look at like finances and just the build process and all of that all over again. Things keep changing per like requirements and law. And so we're like, let's just put this on pause because we can make this work we're not wanting to try for kids for like 3 years. So we can make this work for 3 to 5 years probably, until then we'll reassess a proper build down below. Just because both Jordy and I, our careers feel so unknown. We both just don't know what finances will look like once we're ready to have kids, and hopefully we'll be able to build something. But also if we can't, maybe we sell and we get something smaller that we can buy on our own without having our parents be a third owners. Second question is probably cost. The cost of everything for this, not including the other costs of like the stairs, the door, the labor, plumbing, electrical, whatever, but just for this alone, let me quickly add this up. I'd say the cost for just this alone was about $3,000. The biggest expense is the stairs. That is like a massive expense. And then obviously like a month of work of labor, that got pretty pricey as well. But all of that combined, I ran the numbers, doing this was less than 6% of the cost of building an ADU right now. So that's massive. But one thing I do want to show you is we have 2 of these legs for these tables that we just had built for when we had the little seat over here. I love these legs. A friend built it for us, one of Jordy's friends, Jordy's brother's best friend rather. So we have 2 of these legs, and if Mom and Dad want to do this kind of longer countertop behind the couch, we saved these scraps of butcher block, which I think that is the perfect size. Let me turn off the fan in here. I feel like this is the perfect size for a countertop. And we can finish it the same way, stain it. There's actually like this food grade stain sealant situation that you put on butcher block that makes it food safe for 6 months. And then you can actually like in the kitchen use it as a cutting board. You just have to re-seal it and stain it every 6 months. But anyways, we can finish it the same way to look super cohesive and then put our legs that we already have on the bottom of it. Don't know what it would look like, how it would, like if we would like it or not, but it's a free option for us to try before then we look at like buying something for the space. So I might have Tyson help us do that too, because Jordy and I are not handy at all, and Tyson is. So yeah, that's on our to-do list. The very first thing I'm grabbing are some glass storage containers. I'm just getting 2 of these little like bamboo ones for leftovers upstairs, but I haven't even gotten to the kitchen section yet. I'm just kind of like grabbing random things. I got some okay knives, not great, but okay. I don't love these, but I'm gonna see if I can find better
Got a can opener, a wine key. This is for me. Our garlic press broke, and I am such a garlic press girl. I do not want to mince garlic myself, so that's for me. I'm not gonna get this for upstairs because no one's gonna be doing like hardcore cooking, but this is the year that I learned a bench scraper is like the most valuable tool. I didn't have one until this year, and it's life-changing, so this is just my PSA. Get a bench scraper for everything. Oh, makes life better. All the wine glasses in my home are these because I think that they're actually so beautiful, and they're $5, and we probably break a wine glass like once or twice a month in our house, so it never makes me sad when they break because they're not a zillion dollars. So I might get my parents like maybe 2 red, 2 white of these, but also there's some really fun things like this is fun, this is fun, this is fun. I don't love any of the water glasses here, so I want to put that on the thrift list to find something like really fun and different since they'll be on open shelving. But silverware, there's a lot more options than I realized. It's 4 of each of everything. I'll hold on to this and then see if I see any others that I like more, but there's like so many choices in here. I feel like my eyes are like... Ooh, wait, I found this like kind of graphite color. I think that looks way more slick. So I'm gonna put back these. Oh, I want this for me for hosting. I love that it has a lip, but it could also be like a cake stand, but it's like a smoky glass. Okay, I'm putting this on my birthday wish list. Don't need it, but on my wish list. For coffee cups, this matte green is really pretty and it's $1.99. I might just get maybe like 2 of these with the goal of one day thrifting something also really special. But just to be functional in the meantime, I definitely want to bring in some like cool tones because the counters and the tile are both like warm, beigey undertones. So cool tones I think will complement nicely. Something that I'm questioning for space efficiency, which like obviously we really need, is instead of proper mixing bowls, should I get something that could double as a mixing bowl and a serving bowl? I mean, this isn't really rounded enough, but something that could be both, like glass, might make more sense. That could be a mixing bowl and a serving bowl. Come in a couple sizes. I want to get a trash can about this size, but this is the first thing that I feel like is really not a good price. I feel like I could probably find that way better at like TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Ross. So I definitely am leaving with still a pretty long list of things eventually to get. But I think that these are going to fit in the square cabinets well, which will be nice because they could do like spices, oils, whatever in these and just like kind of pull them out. We did it. I still feel like I walked away with a ton of money because that was way cheaper than what I got back, which is awesome. I feel like my list is halfway there. Some things I definitely want to thrift so that there's more personality, and some things I just think I could find better elsewhere. Like I want to get a couple plastic cutting boards, even though the butcher block does work as a cutting board, but for like meat and things like that. And I just didn't really like any of the ones in there. Better trash can than I could find in there. Once we decorate, in the next video too, I'll see how much space is left for storage containers on the shelving, because that would be great. But also, did anybody know that the chicken meatballs are gluten-free? I was like, oh, Jordy would probably love some meatballs, so I picked up regular meatballs, and I was like, I wonder if any of these are gluten-free. The chicken meatballs have potato starch instead of wheat flour. Speaking of food, these from Trader Joe's. Do yourself a favor. I'm obsessed with everything ranch. I love the chickpea bites I get from Thrive Market that are ranch. I love the hippie tortilla chips that I get from Thrive Market that are ranch. But then these from Trader Joe's, they will give you crazy garlic breath. So keep that in mind. When I was checking out, I didn't want to do the self-checkout. And there was one lane that was not self-checkout. So I went to that one. And the lady was scanning things. She holds up a pot. I got 1 pot for Mom and Dad. She holds up a pot. Well, I got 1 for Mom and Dad, 1 for me. I think it was the one I got for me. Just a little sauce pot because I don't have that. And she goes, you stole the display. This is the display. And I was like, oh, I am so sorry. I don't need the pot. You can put that back. I'm so sorry. I wonder how many times people do that a day. She's probably like, stupid people always taking the displays. I was overwhelmed. Dear Lord, please let traffic not be too bad. Okay, so it's traffic heavy. All right. Less than an hour still.
I'm home. I am wrapping up a thrift and gift that I need to mail off, and I also have a return I need to mail off. I was waiting to get a box that I could recycle and use again, and this one's busting at the seams. So I'm just gonna like really tape it. Jordy and I are having a pack night because we are leaving in 36 hours on our anniversary trip, which is crazy. And I cannot wait for the vlog tomorrow where we get to like actually decorate. I wanna also go to the estate sale warehouse. I wanna buy a plant for upstairs. There's a wall I wanna paint, unload all this IKEA stuff into the kitchen, but I'm making myself wait until tomorrow. I think my to-do list for tonight is run a quick errand of returning these things, maybe also do one last little small grocery run for things for the car, because we'll be doing a road trip so we can bring groceries. I have a lot of Thrive Market things left over, but I might want to get some more protein bars. Tonight, pack, clean, self-tan, and I have maybe 2 hours of computer things I need to knock out tonight. And I think all of that is totally doable. Oh, I want it to fit in a workout. I bet that's the thing I'm gonna let slip. I'm just probably gonna do like a 30-minute hike on the treadmill before I shower and self-tan and pack. Just gonna write little happies all over it. So at least it looks less sad. I will bring you along for a montage of hopefully what I'm hoping is a very productive night. And I do want to say thanks again to Jim for partnering with me on this video. I have had 2 of the energy bites today and they are so good. I have my link down below. That's gonna save you some money off your first month if you are wanting to try it. And I love y'all. Let's go be productive.
You can make her happy, she can make you dinner. You can be on her team and always be a winner. But you can't stop her from crying when you look at me that way.
Back to us.
Hi, bud.
Sorry, go out right here with your ankle.
Oh no, you're good. It's boring content anyways, right, Tara?
I love you.
I love you. I'm going way too slow. That's what was making so much noise.
No one has to be the bad guy. You never say her name.